Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Liz Cavan.
Environment Canada warns of freezing rains today that could affect your commute home. The OPP said that the roads were pretty calm this morning, but are telling drivers to commute with caution. It's another mild and rainy February day that's looking a little bit more like late March. We're expecting a high of 7 today, with rain continuing into the late afternoon. We'll see a low of -3. Friday, we'll see a mix of sun and cloud and a high of 5 with a low of -3. Saturday, we'll have a few clouds and a high expected of 3 and a low of -2. It will be a sunny Sunday, but a high of only 0 and a low of -7. Family Day Monday, we'll see more sun with a high of 4 and a low of -8. And that's your 5-day weather forecast. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Liz. Federal Conservatives are celebrating after securing approval from the House of Commons to scrap the long gun registry. The controversial bill was approved yesterday and includes plans to destroy existing records once the legislation passes. Scrapping the long gun registry has been a hot topic in Canadian politics. Aside from 2 NDP members, only the Conservative MPs supported the change. Despite their overwhelming opposition, Liberals say they will not delay or obstruct the bill.
An update to the prison fire in Comayagua, Honduras. It has been confirmed an inmate set the blaze, which killed over 358 prisoners. This makes it the world's deadliest prison fire in a century. The city's local governor, Paula Castro, was previously a prison employee. She admits the inmate called her and screamed he would set the prison on fire. Shortly after, the unidentified inmate lit his bed on fire. Castro warned officials, but firefighters were kept outside of the prison for over half an hour by the guards, who thought they were dealing with a prison riot. By the time help arrived, the prison had been engulfed.
Early this morning in Jerusalem, a devastating accident took the lives of at least 8 school children and 1 teacher. The school bus filled with Palestinian children was heading to a park for a field trip when a truck collided with the bus near Central West Bank due to wet weather conditions. Shortly after, the bus burst into flames, trapping many of the 30 passengers inside. The children killed were between the ages of 4 and 6. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has announced 3 days of mourning, and flags will be flown at half-mast.
3 Iranian men are said to have been attempting to target Israeli diplomats in Bangkok. The news broke after the group's plans were apparently discovered when they detonated explosives by mistake in their house. Thailand police officials announced today the group have been plotting attacks across Thailand. An arrest warrant for a 4th suspect has been issued. They are looking for a woman who rented the destroyed house to the group of men. All 4 face criminal charges, including possession of explosives and attempted murder.
The Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas is living up to its name. A man was eating the restaurant's triple bypass burger and began complaining of chest pains. During the incident, the restaurant owner called 911, but customers thought the heart attack was a publicity stunt and began taking photos of the man. Reports say the man is alive and recuperating.
And now with your sports news, here's Adriano Mancini.
Another successful regular season campaign is now in the books for both the Humber men's and women's volleyball teams. Both teams were in action against the Knights in Niagara last night and both swept the Knights 3-0. They are now set to begin their playoff campaign on Saturday. The Toronto Police have found their way back into the win column with a 4-3 overtime victory last night in Edmonton. The Buds came out flying as Joffrey Lupul opened the scoring just 40 seconds into the game. The Oilers took the game to overtime, but Tim Connolly netted the Leafs the victory while snapping his own personal scoring slump. It was the forward's first goal since January 5th. The Leafs continue their Western Canada road trip Saturday when they take on the Vancouver Canucks. Game time is 7 p.m. Eastern. In other Canadian action, Tyler Seguin's shootout goal won it for the Boston Bruins against the Montreal Canadiens 4-3. Roberto Luongo made 29 saves as the Vancouver Canucks downed the Colorado Avalanche 3-1. And the Ottawa Senators won their second consecutive game as they trounced the Florida Panthers 6-2. Looking at the standings in the East, the Leafs remain in the 8th and final playoff position with 64 points. They are 4 points behind the Ottawa Senators, who sit in 7th with 68 points. The Winnipeg Jets remain in the 10th, while Montreal Canadiens, who picked up a point following their shootout loss, remain in 12th, 8 points behind the Maple Leafs. In the West, the Vancouver Canucks remain in 2nd place following their win against Colorado. The Calgary Flames sit 9th, just 2 points out of a playoff spot, while the Edmonton Oilers sit in 14th place in the West. The Toronto Raptors fell to the San Antonio Spurs 113-106 at the Air Canada Centre. Spurs guard Tony Parker scored 34 points in the win, while Raptors guard Jose Calderon posted a double-double with 16 points and 11 assists. It is the Raptors' third consecutive loss. The Raptors' next game is Friday against the Charlotte Bobcats. Game time is 7 p.m. In baseball news, Rangers slugger Josh Hamilton says he's undergoing counseling for his alcoholism. Hamilton's addiction has been made public on multiple occasions. He was seen having several drinks during dinner in Dallas on January 30th. Hamilton says his second relapse involving alcohol in the past 3 years. The 2010 American League MVP hit 25 home runs last year for the Rangers. And that's your sports news update. I'm Adriano Mancini.
Thanks, Adriano. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from Dylan McKenzie.
Whitney Houston's private funeral is now not so private. A Beatle turns down the bud, and a Toronto film staple will reopen its doors. I'll have this and more in your entertainment news.